Hey there. Ever wanted to make your English at work sound just a little more polished? Well, in today's explainer, we're going to crack the code on a simple grammar tool that does exactly that. It's a small change, but trust me, it makes a huge difference. Let's jump in.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll listen to a typical conversation you might hear at the office. Then, we'll uncover the secret behind it, the passive voice. We'll talk about why it's so useful, how to build it yourself, and then we'll finish up with some awesome phrases you can use right away.
Okay, first things first. Let's listen to two colleagues talking about a project. As you're listening, really pay attention to the verbs that are highlighted on the screen. There's a cool pattern happening there, and that's what we're going to dive into.
The new timeline was confirmed this morning.
I heard the main tasks were divided among the team as well.
Yes, and the first draft of the report was finished earlier today.
The final section was added yesterday, so it makes sense.
It feels like a lot of progress was made this week. So, did you catch it? Did you see the pattern in that little chat? Every single one of those highlighted verbs is using something called the passive voice. Let's break down what that is and why it's such a big deal.
Okay, think about this for a second. One of the sentences was, the main tasks were divided. So, who did it? Who divided the tasks? The manager? A team member? We actually have no idea. And you know what? That's on purpose. The focus isn't on the person, it's on the tasks.
And that's the whole secret of the passive voice. It's a way of building a sentence where the action or the result is the most important thing. It's like putting the work itself in the spotlight.
This chart makes it super clear. Look at the active voice. The manager approved the plan. The star of that sentence is the manager, right? But now look at the passive voice. The plan was approved. Suddenly, our focus shifts completely to the plan. It's a small change in words, but in an office setting, it feels totally different.
So, you might be wondering, okay, cool grammar trick, but why should I care? Well, this is more than just grammar. It's a communication strategy. Let's get into the 3 big reasons why this little trick can make you sound so much more professional.
First, just like we saw, it keeps everyone focused on the work, the results, the deadlines, the important stuff. It also just sounds more formal and objective, which is perfect for things like emails or reports. And this last one? This one is a game changer. It's an amazing tool for being diplomatic.
And this slide shows that perfectly. Imagine saying, you made a mistake. Oof, that sounds pretty aggressive, like you're pointing a finger. But listen to the passive version. A mistake was made. See how much softer that is? It acknowledges the problem, but it doesn't blame anyone. This lets the whole team focus on fixing the issue, not arguing about who's at fault. It's incredibly skillful.
Okay, so you get why it's so useful. Now let's talk about how to do it. And I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds. There's a simple, reliable recipe you can follow every single time.
And here it is. All you need is the subject, that's the thing the action is happening to, like the plan. Then you add the right form of the verb be and finish it off with the past participle. That's just the third form of a verb, like see, saw, seen, or do, did, done.
And what's awesome about this little recipe is that it works across all the tenses you use at work. Take a look. The only thing that changes is the be verb. It becomes is for the present, was for the past, will be for the future. That past participle at the end, it stays the same. Pretty easy, right? Now, what if you actually need to mention who did the action? No problem at all. You just add the little word by at the end. For example, the presentation was prepared by the marketing team. See? The focus is still on the presentation, but you've added that extra important detail.
All right, let's put it all together now. For this last part, we're going to look at some fantastic, ready-to-use phrases for all kinds of work situations. You can basically copy and paste these into your own work life.
So if you work in project management, these are your new best friends. Instead of saying who did something, you're just stating the facts. The deadline was moved. The budget has been approved. It's clear, it's professional, and it's right to the point.
How about in hiring or talking about jobs? It's super common here too. Candidates are interviewed by HR just describes the process. And a promotion was given is a great way to share the good news without getting into all the little details.
And finally, for just explaining how things are done at your company, this is perfect. These sentences sound official and objective. The final product is tested. Decisions are made. It makes it clear that this is just the way things work here. So, to wrap everything up, here's your quick and easy checklist. 1. Ask yourself, is the focus on the work? If yes, go for the passive. 2. Remember that simple recipe, be plus the past participle. And 3. Keep your goal in mind, to sound objective, formal, and polite. If you can nail this, you're going to sound amazing.
And that's all for today. So my final question to you is this. Think about your own job for a second. Where could you use the passive voice in your next email or your next meeting? Give it a shot. I think you'll be really impressed with how it sounds. Thanks so much for joining me.